Hey guys, for today's video, doing the 2 Till Toby Model Monday Live replay. Instead of just giving the straight up video and response to the challenges, I'm actually going to do a voiceover explaining my thinking through the process. And this will act as a bit of a tutorial for any of those just jumping on board into speed modeling for the first time. I'm no speed modeling expert, but I am a SolidWorks expert, so I know what I'm talking about with this software at least. And I can give you a few tips on how to approach some of these models. So I'm going to let the video play in the background, audio off, and I'm going to talk over and explain the process as we go through each of these models. Let's go. Okay, if you don't know, this is the first time you're doing these sort of challenges, you want to ideally have dual screens. Take a screenshot of the model and just put that on your second screen to start. I do already have my template set up, so as soon as I see that it's millimeters and it's plain carbon steel, I'm hitting that template, opening that file to get going as soon as I can. Usually there's like a 5 to 10 second delay on just getting a new part open, and that can be costly. Now when I'm looking at this design, I could see that it kind of looks like sheet metal, but there's no actual sheet metal features here, so I wasn't too concerned about that. There's a consistent thickness, which is that 9 millimeters on that side view. Okay, I've just got my screenshot on screen, so you can see if I overlay that. Yep, you can see the model here, even when the video continues over. So yeah, having a look at this, I could see that there's predominantly a lot of details on this top view. Okay, with the shape, that cut in the side. So I wanted to get a lot of those, as many of those dimensions as I could in one sketch on this top view here. Now, if you haven't seen it already, I can identify my mistake, which was, I'm just going to scroll back in time. And this dimension here that I'm about to put in, 89, that should have been 88. And that is what caught me out in the end, that little mistake. And that's what the difference is in the speed modeling here. When you get a chance to put your answer in the tournament, you get 2 answers, but and first answer wins. 2 answers wrong and you're out, and your opposition, your opponent, can take their time. They'll have 5 minutes to get that answer right. So you need to be very good with your inputting of dimensions, and it's definitely something I need to work on. So at this point here, I've done that whole top profile. Okay, I do have it fully defined, so all my sketches are black, and I'm trying to add in the extra details that I can to that profile so I don't have to add them later. So those fillets, you can see that there's the pink note from Toby, so R11 fillet in 5 places, so 3 of those are on that top view, and now I'm doing an extrude to get it up to that 9mm thickness. And from here, I can then do the side view. So on this side face, I can see that that's, again, pretty basic profile. It's got 2 fillets on the bottom corners and a hole in the middle. The dimensions I can see from the side view. So I can see the 75. Okay, I can see the 75 that's here. I can see the thickness of 9. I can see the height of the circle, 33, 42. So I'm just using those as reference. There's a center line for the circle, so I put the 42 dimension in there just to be sure it's a driven dimension. But yeah, I could have saved some seconds and taken that out. Now with that extrude done, I just need to fillet this inside edge so I can see the radius 11 and the radius 20. So that's a consistent wall thickness around that corner. I've done those 2 fillets. And now I just need to do the extruded cylinder on the top and the rib. Now, I know that the hole is all the way through. I've already drawn that hole, so I've just converted the edge. And I'm just working out here how tall it is. The dimensions on the side here, 30 millimeters. And the thickness is 42 minus 26 divided by 2. So it was 8. So I got that in. The rib, the 4 millimeters to rib means it's 4 millimeters from the edge. Now, a trick I've learned with the ribs recently is you don't necessarily need to have it coincident on both ends. This one I do, but it's a little bit of a time-saving feature if you don't do that. The main thing is get that 4 millimeter and the angle dimension in, and then the thickness, which is 8, and then I was done. So at this point, I had done, and Victor K had just put the correct answer in the chat, which was 1085. So speed-wise, I was pretty good. It's just that accuracy, 1 millimeter on one dimension, meant that I was wrong on this model. Okay, so great challenge, tier 4, but a nice little example. So let's skip forward to the next one. Okay, so we're getting ready to go here. Now, when I'm prepping for any challenge that I'm taking semi-seriously, I'll have a new SolidWorks document pop up open, ready to go. You can see there I've got my 6 document templates. Those are both imperial and metric system with the 3 different materials added to each of them. And so as soon as I see that screenshot up, I can select the new file, get that going while I take the screenshot and move it over to my second screen. So here's the screenshot, and I'll just flip across here on my image. So we can see it's ABS millimeters, so very quickly I'm opening up that file. And now looking at this shape, afterwards Toby described this end section as being a loft. And yeah, that would make a lot of sense, although you might have to have a plane out on this sort of space here, unless you drew the whole thing like offset from one of those like original planes, then you could probably do it that way. My mistake here is I thought, well, I'll just draw this left-hand side of the profile and I'll do the right-hand side separately afterwards. It would have been quicker just to sketch this whole shape, and then I could just from the top view do these 2 cuts at the end, and that would have saved me probably 30 seconds. So you can see here this kind of profile is pretty straightforward to sketch, and the dimension's easy. So I got that whole shape in, the radius on top, the whole position, the extrude, which is 64 both ways. And then I know I already have the holes there. I just have to focus on getting this top cutout done. So I'm now sketching this profile and using the dimensions that it's got in. So I like to complete the entire sketch, all right, and then go back and do all the dimensions. Sometimes you can add dimensions as you're sketching, you know, the automatic entry that comes in. I just find that in this pressure situation, I want to get all the sketches out, fully defined, get the entire profile out as quick as can, and then go back and change the dimensions. Just makes it up. I just find it easier so far. So all those dimensions are pretty easy to read, and you do that cut through, and that's actually done the majority of the shape there. And now it's just this end section, which could be done with a loft. So the approach that I took here, I know how I could do it quicker next time. So if I see a similar model in a tournament or another challenge, I'll be able to do it that way. All right. So my idea here originally was I could do an extrude and then maybe change the draft angles, but none of the draft angles are there. All right, so we can only see dimensions on that end profile, 26 by 44. Okay, but we can't see like the actual angle that it is. So what I decided to do was take the 4 dimension and the 26 dimension and use those to do a cut from the side. And this is where it was a little bit slow. So if we see in the chat, the first numbers are starting to come in now. Aaron C, 156. I'll just move this to the side here so we can see as those numbers come in. So I've done that one cut through the side profiles. Now I'm doing the same thing from the top, using the dimensions here with 44 in the middle. And this is the last thing, and then I'm done. But it's also at this point where a couple of answers are just going straight in right now. So I did have to do this hole. Again, that's a pretty quick one. It's centered. I just have to get the through dimension there and the height, 17. And this one's done. So I've probably missed out by maybe 10 to 20 seconds on getting this one. I did have the right answer though first time. All my dimensions correct. It's just a matter of trying to get a little bit quicker. So, yeah, we'll skip through to see the answer. And I don't know if it was Aaron COLX in the chat. Got that right first. But there we go, 149 grams. So yeah, there's some very quick tutorials on some speed modeling. Okay, hope you enjoy. Please check out my content and definitely Toby's channel for more challenges. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful and found something new to enhance your SolidWorks skills. Don't forget to subscribe to Fully Defined for more tutorials, tips and insights from a certified SolidWorks expert. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. If you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover, leave a comment below. I read all comments and love hearing your feedback. Remember, with the right skills and tools, you can turn your design dreams into reality. Keep modeling, keep learning, and always fully defined.